Hey guys, I hope you have your notebooks ready. Today we are going to be taking notes of our rational numbers and being able to order rational numbers. That means we take our number line and we're able to plot them correctly on the positive and on the negative side. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I do still expect to see the title and the essential question written down at the very beginning, not at the end. Okay, let's go over what a rational number is. A rational number is a number that can be written as a ratio, a over b, fraction, where a and b are both integers, those negative and positive whole numbers, and b cannot be 0. It makes us super sad when b is 0 because nothing can be split up into no groups. It just never happens. Okay, on the big picture of things, whole numbers are what you've been learning about your whole life. Okay, they're all those positive whole numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Integers are those positive and negative whole numbers, so negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and so on, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Now we're going to talk about the rational numbers, which go in between the whole numbers, the 1.5, the 1.3s, the 0.5s, the negative 0.5s, okay? And there's two types of in-betweens. There's one is a terminating, meaning it ends, okay? It ends. The other is a repeating, meaning it goes on forever. We use this symbol to show and demonstrate that it's a repeating pattern. It has to be a repeating pattern, okay? Super important. These dots without the symbol above the 3 tells you it goes on forever. The dot tells you to go on forever. We use these symbols because it's a lot easier. All right, let's go to our examples. If I went too fast in this slide, make sure you pause it and take your time. You don't have to go my pace. All right, example 1. Write the rational number as a decimal. Okay, still using division, but keeping track of our signs. Our signs are super important to keep track of. Keep track. All right, top dog still goes in the house. Bottom dog still goes outside. And our sign for number 1 is going to be negative. In the end, our answer is going to be negative. Super important we keep track of that. All right, 5 goes into 6 once. Remainder of 1, add a decimal, carry down the 0, 5 goes into 10 twice. So negative 1.2. Another way you can remember this is still negative is a negative divided by a positive is negative. Or positive divided by negative is negative. Okay, number 2. Super important we keep track of signs. And our answer is going to be negative 7 point. We're changing it to a decimal. So top dog goes into the house and 8 goes outside. How many 8s go into 3 is our next question. I know 8 times nothing is 3. Add a 0, add a decimal. Oh, I don't know how those lines got there. Ignore them. Don't write those down. Okay, add a 0. All right, 8 goes into 30. So 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 4 is 32. So we have to go with 3, which is 24. All right, 30 minus 24 is 6. We can continue to add zeros because we already have a decimal. 8 goes into 60. Let's see here. Let me think. At least 7 times, and 8 times 7 is 56. All right, 7. 60 minus 56 is 4. 8 goes into 4 no times. We can still add that 0. 8 goes into 40 5 times, and we terminated it. It's done. Negative 7.375. All right, let's go ahead and go to problem number 3. Let me change colors. All right, problem number 3. Our answer is going to be negative, so make sure it's negative at the answer. Super important. That's what you keep track of. Top dog goes in the house. 11 goes outside. 11 doesn't go into 3 at all. Add a 0, add a decimal. Now we can put 0. 11 goes into 30 twice. 22. All right. 30 minus 22 is 8. 11 doesn't go into 8 at all. Add a 0, add a decimal. Sorry, decimal's already there, so you can add a 0. 11 goes into 8 7 times, and that's 77, leaving us a 3. Okay, let's add a 0. 11 goes into 30 2 times. That's 22, leaving us an 8. Add a 0. Ooh, we started repeating. So 0.27, 27 repeating, it's going to go on. So I'm just going to put a bar over it instead of putting the dot to dot. And you did it. 4, it's going to be a positive number. So in the end, it's going to say 1 point. Top dot goes in the house. Bottom number goes outside. 27 doesn't go into 5 at all. Add a decimal. Add a 0. 27 goes into 5 only once. 50 minus 27 is 23. Okay, add that. Doesn't go into 23 at all. Add a 0. What am I doing? I'm sorry, I got distracted. Rewind. Okay. 27 does not go into 23 at all, so we can add that 0 and drop it down. 27 goes into 230. I'm thinking it's probably about 8 times that 27 goes into 230. I do believe it's 8. 27 times 8 is 216. Yeah, that makes sense. 216. 216 minus 230 is 14. All right. 27 doesn't go into 14 at all, so add that 0, drop it down. 140 divided by 27 is going to be about 5. Okay. And that is going to leave us 27 times 5 is 135. Ooh, this is an ugly one. We're going to keep going. We don't have a pattern yet, so we have to keep going. Leaves us with a 5. Okay. Oh, wait. Yep. Leaves us with a 5. Okay, add that 0 in there. Ooh, finally we're repeating. 27 goes into 50 once. All right, so we're going to have our dot to dot going on there. Okay, so negative, so 1.185. I'm going to put that bar above it, okay, to say it's repeating. All right, example 5. Write the decimal as a fraction or mixed number in simplest forms. Don't freak out about this. This is super easy. I just want you to be able to pay attention to the signs going on. I know you know how to work with fractions and decimals, so this will be a quick review. All right. This is going to be negative 7. Oh, goodness. Rewind. Negative, keep track of sign, 7, and this is tenths. Can this be reduced? Nope, and we're good to go. This one's going to be positive 125. This is tenths, hundreds, thousands. 1,000. Oh my goodness, what is it doing? This can be reduced. It can be reduced by 25s. 125 divided by 25 is 5. I divide both sides by 25. Divide by 25. We get 5 over 1,000 divided by 25 is 40. Can this be reduced further? Yep. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. 1 over 8. Done. Okay, 7, negative 3 and 1/10, because this is in the 10th. Done. Can't reduce it anymore. Negative 10, and I already remember, I memorized this, so you should probably do that too. A quarter, 0.25, is 1/4, and we're done. All right, let's go ahead and move on to those on your own problems. Okay, pause your video, work on these on your own problems, and resume when you're ready to go over them. All right, thank you for pausing your video. I appreciate it. All right, number 1, you should have got repeating 0.8. Number 2, you should have got repeating, so I should see all this division that you've been doing. Negative 0.916, and the 6 is the only thing repeating, so only put that bar over that 6. Bless me. 3, 0.36. The 3 and the 6 are repeating, so put that bar over both of them. 4, negative 0.86, and 6 is the only thing repeating, so put that over that. All right, when your cousin was born, she was 21 4/5 inches long. When your friend was born, she was 21 5/5 inches long. Who was longer at birth? Okay, you should have changed them to decimals and then compared the decimals, and you would have found that your friend. Okay, so I should see that work on there. Go ahead and answer that essential question right here. You don't have to write it out again. You just answer the question, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.